What if I told you there's a special place tucked away in the woodlands of Niigata, Japan, 2 hours away from the hustle and bustle of Tokyo? A getaway where every meal is made with fresh ingredients from local farms, where you can stay in a cozy cabin designed by one of Japan's most famous architects. And what if I told you all of this is built by a brand that spent decades redefining outdoor living, Snow Peak. What started as a humble mountaineering brand in 1958 has now grown from its small-town roots to a globally recognized brand, helmed by 3 generations of the Yamai family. Snow Peak has continually pushed the boundaries of outdoor living with each generation of leadership, introducing iconic products like the Takibi fire grill for open fire gatherings, lightweight yet durable titanium cookware, and the Alpha Breeze tent designed for all-weather comfort and ease of use. In this video, I'll be taking you on my journey visiting the headquarters of Snow Peak, with the help of their team guiding me throughout their working facilities as well as their hospitality accommodations within the headquarters. Hey, this is Josh from Brandswalk, back at it again with another video. Today we're here at Snow Peak headquarters located in Niigata, Japan. Today we'll be touring Snow Peak's HQ1 along with their newly opened spa and resort complex, the Snow Peak Field Suite. In a separate video, we'll also sit down with key members of the branding and product development team, including Ryosuke Yamai, the son of Snow Peak's current CEO, Toru Yamai, for an in-depth conversation about the brand's direction and philosophy. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the building you see behind me is where the Snow Peak team develops products, tests out prototypes. So this building houses the official Snow Peak Museum, where you'll see a lot about the brand history, how they've evolved as a company and brand throughout the years, starting from even their first mountaineering gear up until now with their camping and lifestyle gear. So yeah, let's head on in. For the museum tour, I'm guided by Hisashi Fukuzawa, a senior manager for international business strategy here at Snow Peak.
So we are now like a second floor now here. Then the first floor, we have like a office space here. Development team, branding team. Then the basement, actually it still says like a factory. But it used to be factory. We are making like a fire pit, or backpacker's cap, kind of things here. But we moved the factory to the other building. We have another office like about 20-30 minutes from here by car. So now we utilize this space as a museum. So you will see like our heritage, history and brand, and also items there. So first, here's the like a more office space. Yeah, we set up our turf or tents, just to have like a outdoor office environment. So actually, development team is under here. There's a lot of secret things going on, so it's not in the public, but...
Now that we're at the Snow Peak Museum, Sush gives me a quick rundown of the museum's history with some of its iconic memorabilia.
Almost everything that we have here is by donation from our users. So those are the names of who donated those items for us. Before Snow Peak, the company is called Yamako, and this is then before that it's Yamai Shoten, which is like a Yamai trading company kind of things, and that's a sign of old. It's 1985.
In April of 2022, Snow Peak officially opened the Field Suite Spa headquarters at its expanded Sanjo campus in Niigata. It's built around a natural hot spring and designed by acclaimed architect Kengo Kuma and Associates. The resort seamlessly integrates spa, restaurant, campsite, and villa-style accommodations, blending local wood, steel, and clay finishes that echo Snow Peak's core philosophy of merging nature with living spaces. The 2,100 meter square complex, constructed between April 2020 and January 2022, sits within 15 hectares of test fields and forest, creating a serene environment where guests can experience outdoor living with spa-level comfort. So basically my first impressions about the Snow Peak Field Suite was the striking architecture behind it. It was designed by Kengo Kuma, which is a renowned architect here in Japan. It was designed in 2022, which is pretty recent. And Kuma's design inspiration behind the architecture was to mimic the ridges of Mount Awagadake. That's why you see this very angular rooftop shape. He's trying to mimic and evoke that spirit of nature and the mountainous terrain. So it took Kengo Kuma's team 20,000 individual pieces of firewood, and they laid it upon the ceiling structure. The whole brand message behind Snow Peak and Kuma was trying to evoke this idea that nature can be enjoyed indoors and vice versa. So I think they did a beautiful job in incorporating visually striking architecture with the use of natural materials. So right now I just got checked into the Jubako room. And this is kind of the more affordable option here at the Field Suite Spa from Snow Peak. And Jubaku literally means stacked box in Japanese. And yeah, it's basically like a little box cabin out here in the resort. Honestly, first impressions, it's very spacious for one or two people. It has everything you need in a hotel room. It has all of your appliances. It has, sink, bathroom. It has this really nice kind of low profile platform bed. I was originally debating between staying at the regular, typical hotel accommodation option, but I really wanted to check out these Jubaku cabins out. So Kenga Kuma's main vision behind the Jubaku cabin was basically he envisioned his ideal childhood cabin that combined nature and design all in one architectural form. As you see here, the design is very rectilinear and it perfectly blends in with the nature that surrounds the structure. And yeah, you really feel that when you're staying here. It really feels like you're encapsulated inside this box that's just surrounded by the trees, the nature. So the cool thing about staying at the Jubaku and other lodging options here at Snow Peak's Field Suite Spa is that all of the items inside, like the furniture and the coffee mug, things like this coffee table, these are all from Snow Peak directly. So it's really cool how they've kind of integrated their own products into this hospitality space. So now let's head on over to Restaurant Seppo, where I'll be having dinner. Alright, so right now we're at the dining room here at Snow Peak headquarters. And right now I'm about to try the dinner course for the Jubaku accommodation. So the starter for the course includes asparagus squid, cabbage sakura shrimp soup, and abalone turnip as the appetizer. The main is a chicken dish called kaomata shamo. Overall, each dish was prepared and plated with a high attention to detail, and all of the ingredients I could tell were of high quality and lived up to its farm-to-table label. So if you ever find yourself visiting or staying at the Field Suite Spa and Resort, I would highly recommend dining at Restaurant Seppo. But if you're more of a casual diner, there's a secondary dining option called Snow Peak Eat, which is located in the ground floor of the building. Here you'll find common Japanese dishes like pork katsu, ramen, and personally my favorite, the negitoro bowl. Overall, I would say both dining experience at Restaurant Seppo and Snow Peak Eat was a major highlight for me at Snow Peak's Field Suite. I appreciated the attention to detail within every dish, and I could tell how passionate the chefs were in the kitchen when preparing each menu item. And that concludes our tour of Snow Peak's HQ1 and the Field Suite Spa and Resort. Stay tuned for our next video upload to listen in on our full interview with the team leaders behind the branding and product team. If you enjoyed this style of content, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth videos. This is Josh from Brandswalk signing out. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.